understand, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just don't go starting anything with the chief.
Oh. Too late.
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
I'm the only gatekeeper, so just don't tell him I let you in. What?
So this is Dravosht. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Sultan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
Do my best, I guess.
I appreciate it. It'll be near the forge on the hill. It was
Forge on the hill.
good luck. You'll be needing it.
You look like you're good with people. Thanks.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Shut your hole. The chief will think of something.
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back yet?
Yeah, you know.
He's helping the chief with something.
Fucking bitches.
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here.
I could wipe your whole town. You won't. No one would bat an eyelash.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off.
I'll pee on your feet.
Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here, and neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
Oh, by the way, look what I can do, and I just light a giant blaze of heat.
If this keeps up, we'll be ruined.
I'm not welcomed here. I'm taking your bloody hides. Fuck you then, bitch. They're mine now.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Shut your...
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
It was a nice kind of piss. Yeah, try to learn how to do
At least he didn't beat about the bush.
sticks, stones,
No talking
flint.
around. Not
A
often
life
like
without
it.
magic.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravosht. Sultan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravos in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravos prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of...
Sounds like you need a builder.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive. Dravos won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it, it's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. And you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravos will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job.
I can't help.
Do us a favor and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two, would you, August?
All right, then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
Of course. A whole lot of talking and lore just to tell me to go kill a salamander. Okay. Guess I can do that. I am emerged from the wall. How about some steel silk? Is that going to do anything for you? Pretty lovely.
Let's make this quick, shall we?
A desert salamander. Didn't say make it quick.
It's over.
It's over.
I dare say that will be enough for a set of...
That should be enough. Just one. Interesting. It's not bad, of course. I'm gonna try this one for funsies. Why not?
Hellos.
That should be good enough.
What's this all about then?
Don't know.
Any trouble finding the skin?
Nope.
Nothing I couldn't handle.
There should be plenty.
One.
Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Sometime later.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
Ah, damn.
Sorry about earlier. I take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You've saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
A condom. What?
Pit Cole's cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravost needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Alright then.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
New kid?
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
These things are going to take some getting used to.
Yeah. Give it a week, and you'll wonder why you ever bother with crystals. Let's run through it again,
Look
shall
at
we?
him go. A true master at work. Alright, let me just go see about this stupid quest.
Ought the Undying might
Hi,
assist you
strange
with this
guy.
day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins.
Oh, am I still on that?
Have you
Did it
learned anything
change?
of
But
note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret to report.
probably told me it failed to update for some reason.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the
Yep,
truth
failed
is
update.
known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of
we go.
Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization. As
I mean,
if
it is a
protecting
game,
the
and we
secrets
could be playing a
concealed
demo.
within.
Secrets we'd see.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was due to visit my
Sure,
colleague.
I'll go there. Learn about discoveries, more lore.
It will
It's
if
just
I
gonna be shit I'm gonna read about afterwards. Half the time, it's just run somewhere, talk to someone, and then leave.
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another Lost Wing.
It's a mix. There's some Final Fantasies that are pretty good, fun times, and this one, story-wise, I enjoy, and I enjoy the gameplay because it feels very much like playing like Devil May Cry in a weird way.
Amateurs are just as friendly.
The issue is some of the side quests are just a ton of. Accessible. I gotta go down there at some point. It's a lot of lore and not a lot of gameplay. It's like you just run here, talk to someone, leave, and I'm just like, I don't care. So I'm kind of skipping over some of the dialogue because I'll just read about shit later. And then some of the other side missions I actually are a little bit more interesting, or at least involve some of the characters that we've been spending time with in the game. So I'm just kind of like, I'm just doing it. Normally, I really like doing side missions, even if they're boring, just for the sake of experience, maybe getting a weapon or items. But at this point, I don't get a whole lot out of them in this, but I'm just doing them for the sake of just getting them done. It's like, I enjoy them. I enjoy the Final Fantasy games in their own way. As long as the story is interesting enough, and the main story for this has been interesting enough for me, but the amount of lore that's dropped on your lap and the side quests are a little bit meh.
Don't get surrounded. Straight home now.
Diamond dust. You should go into that. There you go. Ow, ow, shit, fuck, ow, damn, fuck, shit, god damn, son of a bitch, ow. So did you have fun?
You're finished.
Alright.
2 down, 1 to go.
This one's very much not really that much of an RPG. This one is more, I don't know, hack and slash with like with RPG light elements. Like there's a level and shit, and that does somewhat matter, but at the same time I'm like, if you just know what the fuck you're doing, you might be fine regardless.
Yeah.
Better go see what this is all about.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running. But we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls.
You're right.
Yeah, I'll speak with
Glad you
everyone.
agree. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They'll let you head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but... And that
We'll try.
is all...
Good luck with all this. I'll go talk to people.
Why are you taking the bearers so?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside?
He knew all along that he...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but... Could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I, Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right.
Eh.
I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil, and they will thank you not to get involved. The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Go talk to someone. It didn't work out. You did it.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For a Sharon.
I assume the situation is hopeless? There's still hope.
But
perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones, it is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
They would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here.
Here's your reward.
For
Thanks.
clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind.
I did it. Like, everybody's pissed at this guy, but you at least killed the bandit camp. Congratulations. Wow.
This isn't going to be
That's
easy.
a big boy dragon.
Nice try.
Don't hit me.
Too slow.
Oh, I didn't block that one.
Too slow.
Suck it down. It's got a laser mouth.
Nice try.
I like that I'm all flaming using ice. Nailed it. I did it. They like, that's an okay side quest.
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for...
Oh boy. Fire's so
We
cold
have
it
to get
burns.
you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that.
I never did side quests, he'd be
There
okay.
are- oh no. There's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave.
You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore!
The Phoenix can heal you. Well, Joshua's not with us, and I don't have the Phoenix's power. I just have a Phoenix wing to hit people with. Hey, man.
Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you! Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore. Wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
I say, is he gonna just? Yep. I'm like, everyone's slicing their throats, but at least you won't be mad at me for killing her brother. He's like, why did you do the side quest? He could have lived. Sometime later.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made.
Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made, and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to...
Oh gosh, he's crying again. Quick, absorb the tears for power.
I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work.
All right.
We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get what I need
Absorb
to
his
be.
ashes. Become
Bringing
Theo.
smiles to people's faces, just like we always have. And
Kill
Theo's,
me.
wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can, whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then.
They call me the Clive. All right.
We've run out of Papio nuts.
All right, don't worry, I'm here to deliver this.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan, that is. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pico Cinder? How'd you come by this?
And then I told him about Theo's death. So wait, what? The wrong quest.
And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the curse breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful.
You're not even the worst.
Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Don't get too cocky now.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
He just like twitched towards me, like he just suddenly faced me fully, and it was like quest completed. Ouroboros.
trouble with your gear, or... So, what'll it be?
Don't have the stone tongue. I need to go fight the thing that has that, and then I can make it.
Not my best work, but it'll do.
The stew's awfully thin these days.
Not the stew.
What do you expect? Farmers are abandoning their fields and traders their roofs.
Or blacksmith blues. For YouTube, we're kind of chopping this up a bit because we're just doing a lot of sides. Some have been not that important.
So Dravosh is still standing.
We did get our bag and our potencies improved, so that's nice. For YouTube, it's just getting cut up because it's a lot of extra shit too that hasn't all been that interesting, and trying to save some of the stuff that is interesting
You are? Certainly. Here you
to
are.
be shown.
Thank you. Farewell, traveller.
These are the things I feel like are interesting enough.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip.
You slipping.
Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravosh would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoltan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravosh, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravosh needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravosh is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
I was like, hey guys, you know that Dead Island 2 is on Game Pass?
Short enough on time as it is. Still,
5, not the time.
give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
Yes, it is at the time of this recording. It's crazy. Anyway, hi, August.
You,
Yep, can't waste any more time.
We can't.
Right, you are. Might be worth having one. Don't want any nasty surprises. Oh,
I like surprises.
Blackthorn.
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll finally go back and beat it.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate, and it won't come to that.
Yeah, I'm not dying yet. Maybe later, but not now.
Be right.
Take good care of Dravoj till I get back.
Leave it to me, and give those things what for.
Oh, hello. Are you a friend?
All right. Which one of you's first?
Who wants a rub on the head?
Nice try. Too slow.
Nice try. Yeah, I saw something about Gundam, and I was like, I know nothing, but it's fun. Then I'll play it, but I know nothing. Still got the other thing of Gundam to do still. Before I worry about anything else Gundam related. Nice try.
Too slow.
Oh boy, it's a griffin.
Nice try.
Oh, that one hit me.
Too slow. I needed that. Nice try.
Oh, he's already dead. This is a little much. But I don't know if Dead Island had crossplay for on console to PC, because I'm like, that'd be great, because then if I did play it again with someone, I could play it on Xbox with less of my PC running into issues, weirdly.
Apparently not.
But if not, I'm going to just play it solo regardless, I guess. And it doesn't... Probably just be easier than me trying to plan with people every time, because I'm the worst with it.
They're not getting past me.
Oh yeah, it's not coming next month. Fine. Maybe I didn't want it to. I just know it's on Game Pass, but didn't know if it was going to go to Xbox or not. Ow.
Thanks, boy.
Also, I'm talking about Dead Island, not Gundam. Wee! I'm gonna charge this up. Ah. I'm not charging anything. I'm sorry.
Well done, Tom. Too slow.
Want to do that one more time, maybe? Thank you. Your move looked scary, so I went for my move. Well, it's already on Game Pass, so... It just came to it, like, now, I think, so... From what I heard. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be on Xbox's Game Pass as well, but I have no idea. Regardless, if it is on the Xbox, then I can play it without having the usual PC issues I was running into, which isn't the game's fault. It's just my system needs better cooling, and certain games just struggle while trying to stream. If I didn't stream, everything runs pretty smoothly.
It's over.
But I do want to go back and actually play and beat it.
Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall, but we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
I did it, guys. I murdered a lot of things.
Sid, you're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravos won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but...
Yeah, I don't know about PC. I know it's on Xbox Game Pass right now. If you look on the cloud gaming thing, you'll see it there. So it might just be for console. But it's on there.
We'll fortify the gates to the north. And I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
I don't really care if it's not on PC. I already own it on PC.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking.
But it doesn't really have crossplay, so it's not really... I end up playing it solo regardless.
Though I doubt I'd have listened.
Unless I want to run it on PC and try again, which is not a big...
How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravoj isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravoj what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravoj in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork.
Oh, he's into jewel crafting.
I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
We got a forge to legend. I'll just turn to the hideaway and see how it's going.
Come back.
Oh, calm down.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his level work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge.
All the quests coming to fruition.
And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
And then they just kiss.
Bellows it is then.
Turns into like a 10-minute hardcore like fucking over the forge. this sword gonna be easily replaceable in about like one extra chapter? And look at that blade.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go put it in somebody's body.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history, but we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to Friendship Reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Nobody moved. Let's get going. Did we like walk now or something? Or... Well, I now have Ragnarok. And the goddamn wrong recipe unlocked. I just got this sword crafted too, and then they're like, I haven't even gotten to a fucking main story, and they're like, hey, we just got you a new sword. It's only 25. They made such a big deal. It's only 25 better than the other thing.
Trouble with your gear, or... I never know if it... So, what'd it be?
Fuck do you want to... What thing? It's not even like all that crazy either. I mean, 375 is not bad, but I would need primitive battle horn, dark steel, and orchilocum. Orcum. Stained loincloth.
That it?
Orcum.
Oh, don't tell me. We've run out of pep.
Let me just write it down so I remember what materials I'm looking for here.
I'm saying Fordian, dear.
Just so I can get them.
Lords and
Hey
I may
there.
soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government.
Just trying to read the subtitles. I'm not looking at anything else.
Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
Down here.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
I see you're not looking at them.
Use that
Look at
influence
them.
again.
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrek, a man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men. if it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation.
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf for your services to Northreach? You have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to His Eminence if, and unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well?
Sure. I'll do what I can.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Tell me then, in the garrison?
Overseeing the troop.
All
Got
right.
it. Woo-woo.
I may have met this duke before, at the remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Woo-woo-woo. Now I just want ice cream. I don't know why. Every time I'm here, I just want to go eat an ice cream.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics.
Yeah, I'm not a civilian.
Wait here. I'll go and ask.
Now we gotta load him to move closer to you, because he doesn't want to walk.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt.
You're like
I
every
shall
other guy
see it
here, just with the
repaid.
sliders turned
Now tell
all the
me,
way to old.
Is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier
Man, he'd be
been
pissed if he
underrated.
realized I was marked
But
at
no
one
more.
point.
For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles, which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command.
No, they won't.
If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government.
No, they just need tits.
One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary, so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no
They're doing just
citizens.
fine.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later.
I'll just leave. I'm gonna get ice cream.
A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
As long as you remain, the Veil will see to your needs.
I guess I'll go just ask people about things. Not you.
You needn't fret. The creatures
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Love that the talking icon on the bottom left just looks like Pac-Man spitting.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Time to talk to everyone. Again.
Oh, not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Did you hear that, lady? Just standing right next to our conversation.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid the meadows and
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to it. If he thinks his nay will do whatever it...
I get it. He sucks. I didn't need to ask 3 people's opinion to get that one through.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place, and with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back.
Got it. Everyone wants the lady to do everything. Now let's see about the soldiers.
I got peppers to numb your tongue. I put fire.
I got peppers and things to numb your tongue and put a fire in your belly, or a bubber. I guess I wanted to say blubber. We got peppers. That'll put blubber in your stomach. What?
You're the one who's talking to his eminent.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us cement and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Wow. Sound like you just woke up out of bed. Because that's what you need me to do.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise... Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs. Once Sandbreaker...
All soldiers are like, whatever. Keeps us alive, keeps us taken care of. Seems like a lot of unnecessary run around to get the same opinions to be expected, but what do you say about this townsperson?
Excuse me, do you have I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making... And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well...
It's a mess out here.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Keep talking to people. Hey man, what do you think about all this?
Captain.
For you? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army
Yep,
to obey.
but you don't agree with it.
I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters.
Don't go killing the guy now.
Duty. Thanks again.
It's going to come back to him stabbing the guy.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
I talked to everyone.
Ah, Clive, were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
Then I told her everything I did.
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders, and not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrek, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying.
I don't know about that.
I'm here.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me.
Chicken salad.
Nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Feels like that's been going around a lot.
Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh. How many times has he come in you? Clive, you can't ask
Maybe
that.
hope for Northreach yet, especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But
Ew,
I
don't
suspect
hold
I shall
hands.
have to call upon your aid again. Until then,
All right. Be a while, but I'll come running anytime you need the help. Probably be forever until I hear from you again. And then I just walk away and it's like, we need help. Don't worry, I'm here to help.
Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
Is it because of that thing?
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But
your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
I'll handle the guard dog.
Come on, then.
Puppy.
You're no guard dog. You're just a rabid beast that needs to be put down.
Yeah, take that. A little punch for no reason.
Too slow.
What are you gonna do? I'm charging up. No whip crack for you. Oh, so that's how that works. It's like a dodge counter thing. That's nice. I froze him. I did it. Look at me using my powers. Kick in their ass.
If only we'd arrived earlier. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear, just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans, building a haven in Lostwing, freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice, my faithful comrades. All those lives lost, so that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quinton! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Someone left the sink on. Quinn's not having a good day.
My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool.
No, he's gonna die. He's gonna turn into Theo.
Damn it.
The only Theo I liked was my old kitty. Not any of these schmucks.
Quinton's not going to last long in there. Come on, Torgal. We need to make this quick. Enough. Stay down.
Hard to stay down when you kicked him in the air. my back.
It's up.
See if I can time this. Swing at me. Worked against a boss, but you gotta be like real precise with it. Hit me. Nope. Whatever.
To me, flames!
To me, flames. Anyway, ice. Ice flames.
Too slow.
Five punch.
I need to find Quentin.
Wear a gas mask.
Quentin. Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here.
Wouldn't like me when I'm angry. When you're angry. You wouldn't like me when you're angry.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you're only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
Because we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Our
Yeah.
family.
All our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lost Wing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
Got it.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
Like it's made out of the blood of the guy I murdered. Oh. Neat.
It's no burden.
Sure, I'll help.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened, and if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it there.
There's always
and they don't
cutthroats.
seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards, they would have sent someone to clear them out sooner if my boys didn't already have their hands full. But
That's
now
fine,
we've
I'll
got
go
a
and do it.
few more.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved.
Won't let the bandits soil their memory. I'll go and deal with it.
All right, Sir Wade. Let's hear your plan.
Can't wait to listen. I'm also looking for someone else in this area, so I might as well look around. What do you have?
Anything catch your eye? There you go.
I'll take it.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin.
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes. Colours
Get
too.
this stall set out.
I got them all colors and shapes and sizes, but they're mostly just green.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh,
The people of the rest may seem to be in.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Yeah, we gotta make sure Sid knows what's going on at the hideaway. Oh shit, I'm Sid. Like, shit. More paperwork for me.
I'm all for making this town a welcoming place, but...
So, Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rossfield.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room
And
here.
then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters. We need somewhere to settle them, and
As can I, which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
They're all
Thankfully,
assholes.
there aren't- and rather less, thankfully. A small force would suffice to clear the
Yeah,
village.
I'll take them out. I don't really need a scouting report. I'm just gonna run into a shit ton of enemies. Fight them all.
Shall I wait? No need.
All right.
We shall.
Like, we're gonna keep talking around it, but the plan is gonna literally be me run in, fight a bunch of people, and then leave. So, I don't know what you want me to do. That's the plan, and we're sticking with it. We just need a small group. Just send me. I'm like, literally like 20 people in one. Hey guys, I'm lost. Has anyone seen my very heavy coin purse? Anyone? Okay, I'll kill you all.
You will leave Face the consequences.
And these are the consequences of very cold winter.
That's the end of that, then.
Ew.
Or maybe not.
Hello, it's me, your friend.
What's that thing doing
They
here?
call me Two Scoops.
Doesn't matter. It goes too.
Oh, God. You want one or two scoops? Whoops, well, guess we're doing this now. Ow.
Nice try.
Yeah. Freeze the two scoops. I did it. And now my internet had a hiccup. I'm sorry.
Any more surprise? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Pudding.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I see. It might be best to send word for them to come right away. Before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. Leave it with me, my...
I will do it. Leave with me. Sometime later. We can't do it. We need a builder. Someone who can build us everything we want.
Without masters.
No. We're the masters now.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease. But we'll see Eastpool rise again.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more...
And we will.
Just send me the thing.
Eastpool is in...
Back I go. Thank you, Clive. You've been a bit... And he teleported away. You know, he's great helping all, but kind of a dick when it comes to social situations. He just leaves. I didn't even think he'd listen to me.
Ah, there you are. All went well. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the
How'd he
bandits,
tell you
so I must
already?
not kept an eye out. And what's all this about? Some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is you did it.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Pool East.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted to.
I helped. Oh no, she needs help.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for
I was
you.
right here.
I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those
It
poor
just
bears.
started.
They've lived their whole lives in servitude. But now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to
They
teach
just
them.
took the land.
If you're
Well, now they
wondering
got to start
why
fending
they-
for themselves.
The wagons are Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you. Thanks. There.
Gizal greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too.
Chocobos?
Which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right, and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, sir, I'll go.
I'm sure you.
We gotta go. Feed the chocobo. Anyway, back to Eastpool. Ooh. Hey, you guys, I've been gone for so long.
Saying we're supposed to grow our own food.
The little Martha sends us are more than enough for me.
Don't get lazy now.
Ah. Lord Ross, what brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom.
They're confused.
Providing for themselves, and unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves.
What is this?
Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses.
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, Sir Wade.
Time it all. I thought
All of the come.
Gather the men in the square.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of
For
them.
the Alliance?
They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lacked men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
Yeah, use them.
You're right, I will appeal to them.
No, talk to them. Don't peel them. It's like, no, not that.
My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves?
Frying pan.
Fight like free men and women!
And if not for her, do it for Torgal.
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword.
Or a
I
pan.
never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together.
Free real estate.
For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
And then none of them took a weapon. They all just run away.
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Now let's get those burritos Shadow ate, and let's feed
If
everybody.
it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic,
I'm just gonna fight
each
whatever you need me to
detachment will
fight.
keep the creatures occupied as best they can.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade, they're here.
Yes, I want all the glory, but I also just want to do something.
Then you know what you must do. We work together. Everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall. For Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
For the Emperor. It's like, wait, wrong thing.
We've no time to argue, my lord.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm.
Or the storm before the storm.
And here it comes. I will not let this village fall.
Chicken rise. Ow. More. More, huh? Just wondering if that hurt flying enemies. It doesn't. It freezes them for a second. That's all it does.
That's better. Nice try. All yours, Torgal.
Oh boy, hi.
Enough.
Punch. Good old punch.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield, change of plan.
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back.
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord.
Yeah, I got it. No problem. Setting me in is like setting an army. Kind of. Kind of stumbling around, but it gets the job done. Oops. I did not want that. Matter. I'm running.
Come to tell me an Akashic curl's heading towards the rest? Get yourself down there. We can handle things here.
Just... I got it. Don't worry.
Ready, go?
Run, 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 run. Get out of my way. Another one of you?
There it is. With me, Torgal.
Nice try. You look a little cold. How about I heat it up a little? And we won. Well, that takes care of that. God, you know, don't want to throw the O word around, but he just got owned.
Back to Eastpool.
Jesus Christ. Thing just got ruined.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
Never even saw it.
Dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And we were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us. And still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now. So we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours. To protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
And then they stood there. Rest of eternity.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight. And I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same.
Close enough.
I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course. And I'll be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
Well, you didn't bring the money back? Bring it with you?
Lord Rossfield.
Or the materials?
Do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that
Or when we did that in the beginning of the game? Good times.
A trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up, when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender.
But you have an axe.
But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Just don't tell him about the times I've already lost 2 fights recently. Got like slashed in the chest by Odin and hasn't been feeling too great since.
The hero return. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a
Starting.
home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves.
Oh God, they're
thinking for
learning.
themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Maybe just a tiny bit.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we?
Well, I'm leaving,
At least
don't
the folks
worry.
who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Too bad I don't eat.